Hey y'all, and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amber and I love all things handbag related, with a little bit of emphasis on the brands Vera, Bradley, and Lug. I also occasionally do some content related to concealed carry and how that works with all of these beautiful bags that I love. So if any of that sounds good to you, then stick around and let's hang out. So for today's video, I'm going to give you a quick overview, comparison, and what's in my bag over the Vera Bradley triple zip shoulder bag. I have had to redo this 4 times now because I keep calling this bag the wrong thing. And actually, I want to put a timestamp up here for when I actually start the content, because y'all, I have had the most shit day ever and I just need to vent for a minute. So timestamps will appear now if you want to skip ahead. So, I have to get this off my chest, y'all. I have to vent because this has been the worst day that I've had in forever. Literally, anything and everything that could have went wrong today has went wrong. My day started at 2 o'clock this morning because my daughter, God bless her heart, is sick again. School, the gift that keeps on giving, am I right? Literally, since she has started back to school, y'all, I don't think she has went a full week yet because she has continued to catch virus after virus after virus, and it's just been nonstop. So she's sick again. I think I'm catching it. So if you hear me sounding all crazy and nasally again, I apologize. Between the allergies and all these viruses, I don't know what it is anymore. But so my day started at 2 o'clock this morning when I woke up out of bed because I heard her yelling for me. And I ran in her room and she was vomiting. She had gotten sick. So I got her cleaned up, put her in bed with her dad. I stripped her bed, cleaned everything up, and she just fell asleep in our bed. I just left her. I wasn't even trying to put her back in her bed. So I finally went back to sleep around 4:30 this morning. My husband's traveling for work currently. He had to leave about 5 o'clock this morning, so it was just me and my daughter here today. My son was at one of his friends' houses. And when we got up around 9 o'clock, we had some breakfast. I tried to get my daughter to eat a little bit. She had no appetite. And unfortunately, we needed some groceries. There was no getting around it. We had no milk, no bread. We were out of everything, and I had to go get some groceries. So I loaded up my bag with hand sanitizer. I put masks, so we had our masks, and we weren't, gonna infect anybody else, but we had to go get some groceries, and I had a couple of other errands I had to run. So first thing we go out, I go to start the vehicle. My vehicle is dead. The battery is dead. I don't know what got left on, but the vehicle's dead. So my husband's in our first vehicle. I'm in the second one. We do have a third vehicle, thank goodness. So I put mine in neutral, rolled it backward, had to jump start it. Okay, that's an annoyance, but I'll get past it. No big deal. So while I was running errands, one of the things that I needed to do was to get some cash from the ATM. I needed to get a couple of $100. And I decided, since I had to go to Walmart to get some groceries anyway, that I was going to try to mitigate that extra stop and just get the cash out of the ATM at Walmart, so that was one less stop I had to make. It made sense, right? So we go in Walmart. I go ahead and go over to the ATM to get the cash out, put the card in, do the whole thing. It spits the card back out. I take it. It says, please wait, your cash is being dispensed. So I wait, and it keeps saying, please wait, your cash is being dispensed. And one of the, one of the managers of the Walmart walks by, and I stop him, and I'm like, hey, does this ATM usually take this long? Excuse me. And he says, no, actually it doesn't. I don't know what's going on there, but it doesn't usually take that long. Well, a couple minutes after that, this big error screen pops up on the ATM, and it's like, sorry, we can't process your transaction right now. Please try again, whatever. So at that point, I'm like, I'm good. I'm not going to try it again after that little incident. Don't know what that was. I'll have to make a stop at the bank, apparently. So we're trying to meander through Walmart, get these groceries, and get out of Dodge, get done. And it occurs to me to maybe check my bank account balance, because that was just odd, right? It was supposed to give me my money, but it didn't, and it froze. Lo and behold, you guys, it took the money from my account. It never gave me the money, but it took it out of my account. So I'm walking through Walmart trying to get these groceries, and I'm on the phone with my bank. And I'm like, hey, here's the situation. ATM froze, didn't give me the money, but it's taken it out of the account. They're like, oh yeah, no problem. We'll open a dispute for you, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, great, appreciate it. How long is that going to take? Well, it could take up to 45 days to get resolved. Really? I'm like, there's a video, there's like security camera. Can't you just pull up the feed and see that I never physically got this money and put it back in my account? And the girl's like, yeah, that's exactly what we'll do. We'll contact the issuing bank that has the ATM there, and we'll pull up their we'll ask for their records, and we'll get the video footage and all of that. But that takes time and all this stuff. And I was like, forget it, whatever. You know, a couple $100 is not going to break me for a while. It's fine. Like, I'll just deal with it. So at this point, I'm pissed, but there's really nothing I can do about it. So I go ahead, I get my groceries, we check out, and we go on to the bank because I still have to get this cash. And I talk to my regular lady at the bank, and I tell her the situation. She's like, yeah, I'm so sorry. There's really nothing I can do. And I was like, oh no, I'm not, I understand that. I was just venting, more or less. She's like, yeah, I totally get it. No big deal. So we come on home, we start putting the groceries up. Y'all, I go to put my eggs in the fridge, I drop 2 of them. Somehow the carton completely pops open. 2 eggs come flying out of the carton and bust all over my floor as I'm trying to put groceries up. So far, if you recall, my vehicle has been dead. The ATM froze and took $200 out of my account. And then I have now busted 2 eggs on my kitchen floor while I'm trying to put groceries up. My daughter is feeling awful. She has a fever, so I give her some Tylenol. She lays down to take a nap. I'm like, okay. It can't get any worse. It just can't get any worse. So I just go sit on the couch for a little bit. I'm like, forget it. I'm just going to relax. It'll be okay. It's going to be fine. And it's about 5 o'clock at this point. My husband calls. Again, he's traveling out of state for work. He calls and he goes, hey babe, what are you doing? And I was like, just sitting on the couch. Just been a bad day, sitting on the couch. And he goes, okay, so did you reserve my hotel room? Yeah, babe, I made the reservation. I reserved your hotel room. What's up? Well, they don't have my reservation. I'm like, what? What do you mean they don't have your reservation? I just made it. I sent you the itinerary, like the trip number. I gave you the confirmation number, everything. He's like, yeah, I gave it to him, but they don't have my reservation here. And I'm like, well, okay, let me try to figure this one out. So I call Priceline because I made the reservation through Priceline because my husband has to travel for work so often that we're like VIP platinum members or whatever through Priceline. We're supposed to get better deals, but I really don't think we do, but whatever. So I call Priceline, and what picks up the phone is an automated system. It tells me to give them the trip number. I tried this like 30 different times, y'all. It kept saying, we're sorry, we can't find a trip with that information, or whatever the hell it was saying. It kept telling me it couldn't find it. So I see this little icon on the app where I can chat with somebody. So I click that, just trying to reach an actual person. I finally get a real person to chat with me, and I'm telling them this situation, and he pulls it up and he goes, oh yeah, I see your trip. I don't know why the automated system isn't pulling it up, but I see your reservation. Yeah, like you should be good to go, blah, blah, blah. And then he says, you made it for this hotel in this city, right? And I was like, the hotel name is correct. That's not the right city. Holy shit, did I make this reservation in the wrong city? And he's like, oh yeah, I do apologize. You made the reservation for this hotel in this city. So at this point, I'm like, this one's all my fault. This is all my fault. I didn't pay attention and I made the reservation in the wrong city. So I was like, well, since it's the same like hotel chain, can you just move the reservation from this city to the correct city? And he goes, yeah, no, I can't move the reservation. It's these hotels are what's the word? Franchises. He goes, these hotels are franchises, so they're not actually a corporate chain, so I can't move the reservation. And I was like, great, that figures. Of course that figures, right? So I said, okay, can you just cancel that one and I'll rebook for the correct one really quickly? And he's like, actually, the reservation you made is non refundable. Okay, that's just the cherry on top of this fucking terrible day, right? Just the cherry on top. So my husband's just sitting in this other state, hours away from home, no hotel reservation. And so there's like another $500-600 down the drain because I made the reservation in the wrong city. And it's not like my husband can just go to this other city and stay at this hotel because it's about an hour from where he actually needs to be, and it just won't work. So at this point, I was like, okay, so what do I do? Because this was just a big accident. Like, it was just a big mistake. And the guy, or the person, I don't know if it was a man or a woman that I'm chatting with, says, I see that you're a very loyal member and we're going to try to work this out for you. We're going to try to refund you and blah, blah, blah. So we'll call you. And I was like, what do you mean you'll call me? My husband's just sitting in another state waiting on me to let him know what's going on with this, if it's going to get transferred, or, like, when are you going to call me? And he goes, I don't know. You can call this number and talk to a live agent. Maybe they can help you quicker than I can. And I'm like, I've tried to call that number over and over and over. And your automated system that answers the phone will not recognize my trip number, my confirmation number. It says it doesn't exist. And the person is like, oh, I'm sorry about that. I was like, yeah, me too. How do I fix it? How do I talk to a real person? Closes the chat. The agent just closed it out. Just virtually hung up on me. So at this point, I am in tears. Not even gonna lie, you guys. I was in tears. My husband is sitting states away from me with no hotel reservation. It's all screwed up. That's just more money out the door, down the drain, whatever you want to call it. And I called him back and I was just bawling. And I was like, baby, I made it in the wrong city. I'm so sorry. I can't believe I did that. And he's going, Amber, it's okay. It's okay. It was just an accident. Like, we'll fix it. It's no big deal. I'll just go in here and book a room. It's okay. It's no big deal. So he walks in there and we're still on the phone. And I'm like, keep me on the phone so I make sure they have a room for you. I can't leave you stranded. And I was freaking out. So I hear him walk up to the clerk and he's like, yeah, it was a big mix up. I just need to rent a room. He tells the guy how long he's going to be there and all this stuff. And I hear the guy go, oh, I don't know if we actually have any rooms left. I just start bawling even more. At this point, I'm like, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. What am I going to do? And I hear him come back and he goes, actually, we have a couple left. So yeah, we can get you one. And I finally calm down and I'm okay, and it's okay, and he gets a room, and we're paying last minute rates now, so it's even more money. And it was a disaster, just a complete and total disaster. So finally we get all that situated and we get off the phone. He goes to shower and I'm taking care of the kids and all of this stuff. Well, it comes time to give my daughter her medicine. I already knew, you guys. I knew when I went to give her her medicine, something else was going to happen. So I tried to prepare myself. I was like, I know it. I know something's going to go horribly wrong. I don't know what it's going to be, but something's going to go off. Like, something's going to go off the rails. So I measure out her medicine and I give her a drink. She takes her medicine. She takes her drink. Nothing happens. I was like, is it over? Is it over? It might be over. So I kind of held my breath, I'm not going to lie. Well, she takes her medicine. I got her bathed, got her ready for bed. I snuggled her all up in there a little bit ago, put her up in her bed. And I was like, you know what? This day has been awful. I'm going to get me a Reese cup and I'm going to get me a Pepsi. And I'm just going to go sit down and pretend that this day didn't happen. And I'll just go to bed after she falls asleep. And I'll get up tomorrow and it'll be a new day and it'll be okay. And I was sitting there and I was eating my little Reese cup and I was drinking my Pepsi. And I thought, you know what? I want to go make a video. This is a great time to make a video. My husband's gone. My daughter's in bed. She's almost asleep. It's pretty quiet. I have a few minutes to do this. I'm going to go make a video. So I come in here and I start getting everything set up and I'm finally feeling better. Maybe this awful day is finally over. I go to pull these bags out that I want to pull out for some comparisons and things like that. Y'all, I knocked an entire stack of my bags on my head a minute ago. Yeah, right on my head. So I officially give up. If my phone blows up while I'm making this video, or if I trip and fall and bust my nose open, at this point it's just par for the course. So I'm giving y'all fair warning. And thank you for listening to my TED Talk here on my shitty day. So now I'll shut up and I will get into the actual video that I'm supposed to be making. But I do appreciate I appreciate you listening and letting me vent to you. It means a lot. I really appreciate it. So now let's talk about this bag. This is the Vera Bradley triple zip shoulder bag. I got it right the first time that time. So this is a new style that just got released and it is in that olive leaf color, which I am currently obsessed with. It may not be showing up super accurate right at the moment because I have this kind of like slate blue sweater on. So anyway, let's go over the features of this bag. And then I want to give you my thoughts on it and then we'll do a comparison and I will show you what I have in my bag. So the triple zip shoulder bag. First and foremost, let's start with the strap because that is a defining feature of this bag. It is a shoulder bag only. And when I first saw this bag, initially I was like, no thank you, it's pretty but I'm good. And I let it sit on my mind for a few days over and over and over and over. And the more I got to thinking about it, I was like, you know, I really like the look of that bag. Why am I not willing to give it a chance? And it was because of the strap. Because it was a shoulder only handbag. And I like versatility. I like a longer crossbody strap so that if I want it as a shoulder bag, I can shorten it, make it a shoulder bag. Or if I want it as a crossbody, I can lengthen it out and have that. But at this point in my handbag collection specifically, so this may not apply to you, it may apply to you, I don't know. But for me personally, I'm at this point in my handbag collection where I have so many bags that I don't really need versatility anymore. I have tons of crossbody bags, tote bags, shoulder bags. I have them all. And if I need or I want a crossbody bag in a shade of green, well, I just bought my multi-strap shoulder bag in the same color. I have a couple of lug bags in an olive green color that are crossbody bags. I have 2 Carson shoulder bags from Vera, one in leather, that's like that cactus olivey green color, and then I also have the fabric one that they made in that cactus color. So I don't have to have another green crossbody bag, you know what I mean? So it's perfectly fine for me to have a bag that is a dedicated shoulder bag. I like shoulder bags sometimes. So that's perfectly fine for me. It doesn't have to have that crossbody strap. So, well, I've got the strap at its shortest length. Let me show you what it looks like. On the shoulder, it is very short. So there's my armpit, I should say. That's how it hangs on me. And then let me pull it all the way out and I'll show you. It is very easy to adjust. And this strap is wider. So this is a 1.5 inch strap. So if you are a fan of lug bags as well, you will know that they have also been coming out with the 1.5 inch straps lately. It must be a trend to a degree to do the wider straps now. But at its longest setting, that is how it hangs on me, or where it hits on me, I should say. So, right, let me see. Right about here is the top of my hip bone. And then right about there. So this is above my hip bone for sure. Absolutely no way this is going crossbody unless you want it, you know, doing something crazy like that. So it is 100% a dedicated shoulder bag. I suppose if you were skinny as a little twig, you might be able to pull this off as a crossbody, but I certainly can't. So I have also found, because this is my current bag, that I prefer the strap shorter. I thought when I bought this that I would pull the strap all the way out as long as it would go, and that's how I would carry it. But funny enough, that is not what I found to be comfortable. That's not what I've been doing. I've been keeping it right in this area, so it falls. It's just a good shoulder length, and I find that I just kind of throw it back like this, or more often than not, I've been crook of the arm in it. I think this is super easy. It looks cute. It's just simple and functional, and it works. And I've also just been grabbing it and just carrying it like a true little handbag, and it's awesome. It's super awesome. So with this 1.5 inch strap, Lug in particular, if you're familiar with them, when you get those 1.5 inch straps, well, any of their straps really, when they first come to you, can be super, super stiff. This one, this is not stiff. This is like butter soft. So I don't have very wide, broad shoulders. They are not completely straight. So those big wide straps tend to kind of like stick up and off my arm. This one fits very well. It just kind of molds to my shoulder. Super, super comfortable. So I have no complaints with this. And another thing that I've noticed, I can't show you all this one. I can just give you like anecdotal evidence. When I had this strap fully extended to its longest setting, it felt heavier to me than when I had it shorter. I'm sure there's some kind of physics behind that as to why it feels that way. But when the contents of my bag were higher up, they didn't feel near as heavy. So now after all that rambling and all that, let me show you the features. So on the front here, you have 2 zipper pockets. I guess I can go ahead and do the what's in my bag as I'm showing you the features, because that makes sense, doesn't it? And then we'll do a comparison with a couple of other bags to give you a better idea. So this bottom zip pocket right here, the only thing that I've been keeping in there is my phone. This kind of shorter zip pocket I have found is the perfect spot for my cell phone. It goes in very easy when my phone's actually in there and it doesn't get caught. But it fits in there perfectly. It just slides right in and out. It's the perfect spot for me, for my phone. Now, the one thing I will say, this has no back pocket. I wish that this had that slip pocket on the back with the hidden magnetic closure, because if it did, that's probably where I would have put my phone, but it has no pockets on the back. So keep that in mind if that is a feature that you like. So the bottom zip pocket, I keep my cell phone. I already showed y'all that. Nothing else in there. The next zip pocket up, excuse me, I'm so sorry. So the second pocket right here, I'll give you a quick view in there. So what I have in here is a pen, a grocery list, one of my masks. This one was my backup for today. my notebook, and another pen. So these two front zip pockets are flat against the bag. They don't have their own gusset, so they are sharing space with the interior, meaning if you put big bulky items in these outer zip pockets, you're going to lose a little bit of space inside, and vice versa. So I try to keep my items in these front two zip pockets fairly slim. So the notebook, pens, mask, and my phone, those are all very slim items. And, you know, you can see there are no lumps, no bumps. It didn't create any issues. So I really like that. It keeps the bag looking really clean and streamlined. So on each end, you have a slip pocket. These are pretty decently sized slip pockets. So on this end, the only thing I have in this one are my mints. I live and breathe by these mints. If y'all have never tried them, they are amazing. Get a pack. So that's all I keep in this end, because this is the little side pocket that's behind me when I carry this bag. So, you know, if somebody were going to stick their hand in one of my pockets, I'd rather them get my mints than something else. So the other end, the slip pocket, I have my regular chapstick, my hand sanitizer, and my pocket knife. So those three things that I grab all the time, well, I don't grab the pocket knife all the time, but my chapstick and my sanitizer that I grab fairly often, that end pocket is great for those. Another thing that I really, really love about this bag is the little hobo look that you get. So depending on how you pack it, if you pack this bag completely full and you completely fill it to the brim, then you're not going to get that dip there, or not as pronounced. It will stay more upright like this. But where I don't have the bag completely stuffed full, it lets this, you know, middle part kind of sink in a little bit, and you get that very, very traditional hobo look. And I just think it's so cute. It's so comfortable, especially the, you know, crook of the arm thing. And I even found myself actually, I know I'm going kind of off on a tangent back to this strap, but I'm really surprised by how much I liked it. But I even found myself shortening the strap all the way to its shortest setting and totally doing the little crook of the arm thing, just, you know, feeling all ladylike while I was doing it. But I really, really like it. So, when the strap is at its shortest length, though, let me show you. You go to zip or get in your main zip pocket here, and this strap can kind of be a pain in the ass a little bit. You have to really get it out of your way. Whereas if it's just a little bit longer and you give it just a little bit more length, it's so much easier to just kind of shove over to the side and get out of your way. So anyway, main zip pocket. I'll give you a quick overview of how it looks. I haven't cleaned this, so don't judge me too harshly. Let's do it this way. So here is what it looks like on the inside, the way I have it packed right now. It's pretty full, but it's not full by any means. So I'll just start pulling the stuff out of the middle, and then I'll show you what I have in the pockets. So first and foremost, I have our masks from our little grocery trip today. I have a Reese's Big Cup because they are my weakness and I've had a crap day, so I needed a Reese cup. I have my current wallet, which is the Lug Metro XL. I have my keys with my little pouch and my little pig. I love that pig. I have a Lug Eco Shopper. This is another tangent, okay? Where I live, plastic bags are not banned. They're not in short supply. They're still everywhere. There's no issue getting hold of them. But I have found for like quick dollar store runs, or, you know, when you just need to run to the store to get, you know, 4 or 5 little things, I absolutely love having one of these little foldable, packable shopper bags with me now, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I feel super cool when I go to check out and the guy goes to bag my items. I'm like, oh no, I have my own bag, thank you. Thank you very much. And then I get to pull out another pretty reusable bag. So it's purely selfish. But I do have a Lug Eco Shopper with me. I have this little clear cosmetic that I don't have a clue where it came from, but inside here I have my little tape measure, which I'm going to set to the side because we'll use that in just a moment. I have my eye drops, my deodorant, and then my lotion in the bottom. So just a little catch-all, little secondary catch-all for my bigger items. And then I have this as my main catch-all right now, and I can't remember what this is called. What is this called? So this is the Compact Travel Cosmetic in Peacock Garden. So this is my current little catch-all pouch. And this is bigger than what I need. I'm packing two measuring tapes around, apparently. I didn't even realize it. But that's pretty much what I have in my catch-all. So you can see there's a lot of room left in there. I could certainly size down on my pouch and save some room, but I just wanted to use this one because I love Peacock Garden and it's beautiful. And so that was everything I had in the main area of the bag. So on this back wall right here, you can see there is a zipper pouch. And then Vera Bradley has also started including this little key leash in their newer bag styles. So I'm kind of indifferent to the key leash. I don't use it personally for my keys because my vehicles and all of that still require you to physically put the key in to start the vehicle. So to put them on a key leash would just essentially make it more cumbersome to get my keys in and out of my bag, because I wouldn't just be putting them in there and taking them out. I would be clipping them on and then putting them in there and then pulling them out and taking them off a clip. So yeah, no, I don't do that. I'm sure there's a very good and valid reason or thing I could use that for, but as of right now I'm not. So if you like a key leash though, they are including them now. So, and then the only thing I have in the zipper pocket right there is my little checkbook cover that has no checks in it. It just has other important documents like my vaccine card and all that good stuff. So that is all I have in the zip pocket. And then if I turn it around, you can see there are two slip pockets there. So in the first one, I just have my little tissue case. Thank you, Karen. That my friend Karen sent me. And it just has my tissues there. And then I have converted the other side of it into my little feminine product pouch holder container section. Really works great to have tissues and your feminine products kind of in one little thing. So that's all I had in the one slip pocket. And then the other slip pocket just has all my receipts from today that I need to scan into my Fetch app. If y'all haven't checked, look in my description box. Download that Fetch app. It's called Fetch, F-E-T-C-H. Start scanning your receipts. You get points for everything. And if you get 5,000 points, which you'll get like 2,000 just for signing up with my link, you can get gift cards. 5,000 points is a $5 gift card. I've already cashed in and got a $25 gift card. I think I have close to like 9,000 points again already. Anyway, check that app out. It's super cool. But I have all my receipts and then my little Vera Bradley little keepsake thing with my Tylenol ibuprofen in it. So that completely empties the bag. There's a little bit of a look at that interior again. Super, super pretty. So let me put all this back in and then we will measure it and I will show you side-by-side comparisons with a couple of other bag styles. Alright, so I put everything back in there. It looks a little bit neater now. And, oh shoot, I meant to grab something. Hold on. So, for anyone that is curious if this will hold a bottle of water in these outside pockets, I am not sure. But let's find out. So, I took my mints out of this end pocket. And let's see. Well, I can tell you one thing. I think you could squeeze it in here, but yeah. So, phew. So I got it in there, but that is tight. So if you have your bag really, really, really stuffed, that might not go in super easily or anything, but you can get it in there if you really need and want to. So, just in case anybody was curious about that. Alright, so now let's do dimensions really quickly. I have no idea what the website lists the dimensions of this as. I'm just going to take my little handy dandy tape measure and measure it manually with my stuff in it, and I'll tell you what I come up with. So, for the width across the bottom, I'm actually going to lay it, excuse me, I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to measure from seam right here to seam right here. These pockets kind of poof out a little bit on the ends. I'm not going to measure that. I'm going to go seam to seam for your actual internal capacity there. So I get about 12 inches long, if you can see that. Is that better? So it's about 12 inches long by 4.5 inches deep. And then on the height, I am not going to measure to the points on the side here. I'm going to measure right up to the middle, because if you were trying to put something, you know, with a flat top across it in here, you need to know the lowest point of your height. So we'll just go straight up the back from seam to seam again. And that makes it roughly right at 8 inches tall. So we're looking at about 12 by 8 by 4.5. So let's compare this to a couple of other bag styles. So first up we have, I'm so sorry you guys. So first up we have the large on the go. So this is the large on the go in Kaleidoscope. Again, this is your triple zip shoulder bag. So if I just hold them side by side, you can see this bag is quite a bit smaller than your large on the go. So just, this is not going to be fair because I have this, my stuff in this one and it's stuffed. But just to give you just a vague idea, let me pull it up here so it's a little more fair. But that's roughly the height difference you're going to see. They both have kind of a little bit of a scoop. Your large on the go, the scoop on it is not as drastic, whereas the scoop on your this bag is a little more so. If I scoot them end to end, you can see, yeah, that's about fair. The large on the go is going to stick out at least my finger length more, so. But again, this isn't quite fair, is it? Because my bag is full and this large on the go is empty. So if this one were full, it'd be a little closer. The large on the go would still be a little bit longer, but it wouldn't be like 4 inches, it'd be like 2. And then if we look at the base comparison, let me do it this way. I'm horrible at these comparisons, you guys. I'm absolutely awful at it. Okay. That's the best you're going to get out of me on this one. The large on the go is still a little bit deeper, but base depth, we're fairly close. But this one is going to be deeper. So the large on the go all the way around is quite a bit larger than this one. The triple zip shoulder bag. You would think if I can remember multi-strap shoulder bag and pleated multi-strap satchel that I could remember this one, but I swear I can't. So speaking of, the next bag I'm going to show it to you beside is the multi-strap shoulder bag. So in true Amber fashion, since I have the multi-strap shoulder bag with the adjustable and removable 1-inch strap, it is very likely that sometime in the future you may see that I have cut these rings off and added my own so that I can switch the strap out on this bag. But then again, I really might not do it because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm perfectly fine with having a bag that is strictly a shoulder bag that doesn't go crossbody. This one goes crossbody, so I don't need that one too. But I like to change and modify things. I'm difficult. So anyway, so again, if we compare these side by side, not completely fair because, like I said, I have all of my items in there and this one is completely empty. But if we have them side by side, you can see that the multi-strap shoulder bag is a little taller. If I put this one in front, all these straps in the same color, it kind of throws off the perspective or the image a little bit, doesn't it? The triple zip shoulder bag is actually a little bit longer than the multi-strap shoulder bag. So let me put this one in the front and see if I can show you that. So if I line them up just so on this side, you can see right here just a little bit of that pocket sticking out. So this one is just a little bit longer than this one. As far as the depth goes, fairly close. Yeah, those look actually very, very close. If I line up those bottom seams though, you can see how the triple zip shoulder bag, this one up on top, is longer than your multi-strap shoulder bag. So these two, I think, honestly, are pretty close in capacity. Just from my experience in using this style bag quite a lot. These are very, very, very close in capacity. But I would say that this one still holds just a tiny bit more. Not a ton, but your multi-strap shoulder bag is going to hold just a tiny bit more than your triple zip shoulder bag. So I hope that helps if you were trying to, see relative size on this bag or what you might be able to fit in it. So I hope it was a little bit helpful. So that's my video for today, y'all. Just a quick one in relative terms for my videos anyway. Just a quick review comparison, what's in my bag on this super cute new Vera Bradley triple zip shoulder bag. I cannot remember that to save my life. So if I've called it something else throughout this video, just ignore me and know that I meant to say the right thing. It's been a long day. I told y'all it's been a bad day. So anyway, I hope that you've enjoyed this. I hope that if you were wanting a little bit more information about this bag style or you just wanted to see it, that I was able to give you a little bit more of that information. If nothing else, I just hope it was enjoyable for you. Maybe you were having a really crap day and you just needed somebody to commiserate with. And I'm here for you. I feel you. It has been a horrible day. I feel your pain, sister. Or mister. I don't know who watches my channel, so I love you all. But anyway, I hope that as always you have enjoyed this video in your own way. If you have any comments, questions, or you just want to say hello, then please leave me a message down below. I love chatting with you guys. Tell me about something just terrible that's happened to you recently so that I don't feel alone in the universe trying to like rain on my parade today. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye, y'all.